Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this morning. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm, okay? So like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things, okay? I like to express the importance of the Cash App that helps to support the channel and the super thanks. I want to encourage you guys to get the platinum membership because it goes down in the platinum and it has been heating up in the platinum. Trust me, it's gonna get better. Okay, it just gets better. It don't get boring, it gets better. Okay, you can get any of the other memberships also. Um, in the goal we do one free I do one live a month in the goal, of course, and we go in there and we talk about stuff that we don't talk about on here, but that's with the gold and the platinum. But all of the exclusive goes in the platinum at any time. Okay, I wanted to talk about Madonna is under fire for putting Luther Vandross' picture up as a friend, as one of her friends who died with A to the I to the D to the S, right? And I want to talk about illegal immigrants are given free mortgages, free loan, free interest rate, mortgages with interest, free interest with no payments, right? I definitely want to talk about that. That right there, what Biden is doing is absolutely insane. Okay, but I first want to talk about Luther Vandross. Luther Vandross, I would have to say, I don't think they pay homage to him enough as far as his vocals. Okay, Luther Vandross is one of my favorite singers. I don't know a lot of people that can mess with him other than, well, like in this day and time, like in the 70s, with the my favorite group, um oh my god, I can't believe it. I can't even think of their name. That it's early in the morning. They sing "Used to Be My Girl." Not the Temptations, the OJs. I used to always want for the OJs to sing at my wedding. It looked like they're gonna be gone, passed on before I get married. Okay, that's one of my favorites. The OJs, of course, Teddy Pendergrass. There are a lot of other ones I've been discovering, Roberta, all of them. But as far as the new age, because Luther passed away in 2005, and I just don't think they pay homage to him enough. And people are still getting pregnant off of his music because when I hear his music, I want to go get pregnant. Okay, you put on some Luther, you be looking to get pregnant, right? You be in the mood to get pregnant or do everything that it takes to get pregnant without getting pregnant, right? But of course, Luther passed on in 2005, and there have been a lot of things to come out about Luther, um, since his death. Now, there have been speculations about his sexuality and all of that. He never was married. We never saw him with women. He seemed flamboyant. I guess it was a secret because he made love making music, and which he still kept it traditional as far as his videos, which is a beautiful thing. Because you have Sam Smith now who has a good voice, but what he does is he put two men in his videos, right? But Luther kept it traditional as it relates to that. And but that he died in 2005, but he never came out. So it was as of recently where Patti LaBelle, which was his best friend, if you all ever get the opportunity, Patti was his favorite artist. He started her fan club and all of that because he loved Patti and how flamboyant she was. But he sang background vocals for Roberta Flack. Roberta Flack has a song for one of my favorite movies when I was a child, still is, called Bustin' Loose. And if y'all get the opportunity, I want y'all to go listen to it because every time I hear that song, I just get chills, especially the beginning. When she first started the song, all is called Just When I Needed You, and it was on the soundtrack of Richard Pryor's movie Bustin' Loose with Cicely Tyson. I love that movie. That's one of the first movies I remember as a child. Okay, and just laughing so hard. But the song takes me back to where I was, and I remember because my sisters and I were in bed looking at that movie, screaming and laughing so hard. And about 6 or 7 years old, 5 years old, something like that. But the song, Just When I Needed You, in the background, you hear Luther Vandross starting it off, and you can hear his voice. And oh my God, it just makes the song sound so good. It's just, that song gives me chills every time I listen to it. And I listen to it every single day. I'm just going to tell the truth. Okay. It's on my YouTube playlist, it's on my phone, as far as one of my favorite playlists and all of that. And Roberta Flack ended up firing him. She said she fired him to force him to start a solo career because he sounded too good to sing with her. Now that's the story, right? But then Luther Vandross, his the way that he passed away, and I know that diabetes, because my dad had passed away from complications of diabetes, right? Luther Vandross had way more money than my dad. Luther was a multi-millionaire. And I was like, dog, even then, Luther could have hired chefs. He could have hired, took chefs on the road with him. He could have did what was necessary to keep his diabetes up under control. And he just kept having strokes and having strokes. That's what they say. And the last interview he did with Oprah, of course, he looked like he was having strokes, but I always thought it was something weird. And it could have been complications of diabetes, but I always had in my mind, why, with all the money that he had, he didn't hire, because they said he had chefs. I remember he used to always be on Oprah's show talking about he had personal chefs. So, Luther was definitely, like I said, I don't think they paid homage to him enough, but they've been very um secretive about anything as it relates to his personal life. It was just recently that Patti LaBelle was on Andy Cohen's show, who was his best friend, who he loved so much. Um, and said that he was gay, and he had confided in her that they would not accept him making love songs and living in that lifestyle. So he had a boyfriend or whatever, and I do believe they say shortly after the boyfriend died from some type of illness. Okay. So I don't reckon they both died from diabetes, okay, but he died from some type of illness some years later after Luther. Um so I don't know, for some reason I always felt like that it was the A to the I to the D to the S. And now Madonna is up under scrutiny. Well, she was kind of criticized, I guess, by some people for doing it. Um I want to read it. Hold on one second. Let me find it. I normally always have this stuff up, but I want to read it, child, because they said that some people was mad because what she did was she put up in her concert, she put up pictures of all of her friends that had passed on from the A to the I to the D to the S. And she was immediately, they made her, here it is. It said Madonna removes Luther Vandross photo from the A to the I to the D to the S tribute. It says Madonna removed a photo of the late R&B legend Luther Vandross from the A to the I to the D to the S tribute displayed during her celebration tour. Madonna included Luther Vandross' image in the A to the I to the D tribute during a concert on Saturday in Sacramento, California. The pop singer remembered stars who had died from the A to the I to the D to the S by including their photos in a montage during their performance of her 1986 Live to Tell. The montage included images of Herb Ritz, Freddie Mercury, Keith Haring, Sylvester, and others, to include Luther Vandross. The Luther Vandross estate was surprised to learn that Madonna included his picture. Luther Vandross passed away in 2005 due to complications from a stroke suffered 2 years later. Okay, he passed away due to complications from a stroke suffered 2 years earlier. I'm sorry, a rep for his estate told Page 6 in a statement. So they're saying, I know they say he was a diabetic, but now they're saying he passed away from a stroke. Okay, they say he passed away from a stroke. It was an open secret that Vandross was gay. Bruce Village, a friend, and a colleague told Out magazine, he said to me, "No one knows I'm in this life." He had a very few sexual contacts. Village and Vandross was in a long-term relationship. Said he was in a long-term relationship with a man while living in an $8 million home in Los Angeles during the late 80s and 90s. Okay. Okay, so Elijah is pictured with Vandross in a 1989 cover story for Ebony magazine. Vandross referred to reader his alleged live-in lover as his personal assistant. Okay, so that's him. That was in the 80s. I wonder if that's the one, because no, he passed on. Somebody he was dating passed on. Okay. And so, Madonna has a very sophisticated situation going on as it relates to her tours and all that. Do you all think that they would make such a mistake? They had to approve those pictures before they even put them up. They never would have put up pictures of people to pay homage to them. These are celebrities without her permission. Do you think she would be so negligent if she didn't know or wasn't sure that Luther Vandross had died from the A to the I to the D to the S? Now they're saying he died from complications of a stroke, but I thought it was complications of diabetes, although he did have diabetes. But they're saying that diabetes brought on a stroke. But in the back of my mind, I always felt like it was the A to the I to the D to the S. They've kept it very private and stuff. Hey, I guess they got their reasons too. But his best friend Patti LaBelle, who he was so in love with, when she was performing, was over her fan club before he became Luther. The Luther Vandross, same background for Roberta later on. Y'all make sure y'all go listen to that song. It's my favorite song. Just When I Needed You, Roberta Flack. He's singing in the background, and he made that song come to life just with his background vocals. Okay. Yeah, more stuff is coming out. And Luther was a really a musical genius. His voice was golden. Oh my God, there would never be another one. They could duplicate him, but that's all. Well, he can't be duplicated. One of my favorite songs that he's got is a song that he had written for his niece. He said, and that was his mother's favorite song, and that's why he put it on his album, because he was not intending to. He never had children, but he helped to raise his nieces and nephews. And he said his niece got married and came to him when she was getting ready to get married and said, Uncle Luther, will you write me a song for my wedding? And he said he did it without a thought. Okay. And his mother loved the song so much. She said, you should put it on your album. And that is my favorite song. Love has truly been it's so amazing to be loved. Just wrote it effortlessly just for his niece with no intention. And one of his number ones. So amazing to be loved. Oh my God. So beautiful. And said he had no intentions of ever adding it. His mother was like, I love it. It's my favorite song. Please put it on your album. And look at what happened, right? But anyways, I just wanted to talk about that. It's something, it's funny that came up because I've always thought that. But I always said, regardless of what he passed away of, they don't pay homage to him enough, because I love me some Luther. Okay, because if I listen to Luther, I'm gonna try to get pregnant or something, because he puts you in that mood to love, right? I mean, one of the best ones to ever do it. One of the best ones. And it bothers me that my children don't really know who he is. Okay. Especially my oldest daughter. I think she really needs to know who he is. But anyways, rest in peace to Luther. But I found that I found it very interesting. Okay. I did. I found that very interesting, because I always felt like that. I don't think Madonna would be that negligent to put up all of her friends in the entertainment industry that died from the A to the I to the D to the S, and put his picture up, right, and be negligent. And he was her friend. Okay. Anyways, it's something to that, right? But I also want to talk about the illegal immigrants are being given free interest rate mortgages with free payments, right? No payments at all. Hold on. With no payments at all. This is something, of course, that Biden is doing. But of course, I mean, he's doing a whole lot of stuff that just don't make no sense. And it makes me so mad that this is happening, because, and you have people that have fought for the United States, like veterans that are sleeping outside. You have single mothers who are struggling. You have men that are struggling, that's trying to turn their lives around and get off the street. And they find themselves struggling because of the lack of support, oftentimes, for both men and women. And so when they go and try to do something to try to make ends meet, like sell a little weed or something, then they're put in jail. Their freedom is snatched from them. Their job is snatched from them, and they're back at ground zero, right? But you're giving illegal immigrants interest-free loans with no monthly payments as far as mortgages. And people, while he has allowed, and along with other politicians, sharky companies to steal the American dream as it relates to buying up all the houses and doubling the rent, right? I think it's something that should have been done about that. But it's not. It says undocumented immigrants who entered the country illegally will soon be eligible for interest-free mortgage loans with no down payment and no monthly payment. A new California bill could provide home ownership opportunities for undocumented illegals. The new bill expands the California Dream for All loan program to include undocumented immigrants. The California Dream for All loan program is available at first-time home buyers. The program offers interest-free loans with no monthly payment. The loan will be paid back when the home is sold. The bank will also receive 20% of the home's value when it is sold. This year, the program will operate via the lottery system. Applicants are required to be first-time home buyers, regardless of if they're illegal or not. Priority will be given to illegal immigrants without social security numbers. Now, our ancestors built this country, worked for free, and they call us lazy when we say we deserve what our ancestors did not get. But yet they bring illegal immigrants in the country. And of course, y'all, we need to figure out why they're doing it. Why they bringing them people over here in droves, right? And they don't even take care of the people in the United States that pay the taxes, right? But this man has had an agenda from day one. You know, I could really get into that, but I just think it is a shame what they do to people in that's already in the United States, whether they're black or white, that's struggling, because everybody's struggling at this point. Business is failing since he's been in office and all of that. And he takes the money and give it to illegal immigrants that can't even speak the language, and let them live free while the people that's working, paying taxes, suffer. He got to go. Okay. Now, I never wanted him to decide. I did, because I knew that this would happen. I knew. But anyways, we'll talk more about that later on, child. Okay. We'll talk more about that. But anyways, I just want to talk about that. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.